We are back. One set remains, the 2023 NXL Sunshine State Major here on GoSports.com. We're in Orlando, Florida. It's going to be Dynasty taking on X Factor. Now, both these teams are already in. Both these teams are undefeated. And also, it's going to be Legion and Saints. But still, Sunday implications as they're in the bracket with Infamous. Speaking of Infamous, they have two-star players from Infamous. You got Ryan Hall, Callie Rudolph to help me call this set. Jumping into point number one. And on the breakout, looks like Dynasty is going to take a little bit of ground. They're going to scurry into that wedge and then quickly filter out of that back center. And then it looks like X Factor is also going to have a very similar breakout. So, Ryan, talk to me about this field. Obviously, you guys put up the most points that any team scored against Legion. But your thoughts on the field overall here as we're in our last set on Saturday?
It's definitely a slow technical field. The breakout we're seeing out of both teams is definitely going to be a Sunday breakout that we're going to see for a lot of the remainder of this tournament. And then the slow secondaries out are very difficult. They're not, little gimmies. And this field is definitely one where if you go up one body, it changes the entire thing.
Yeah, and Callie, as you see, looks like Dynasty was the first to reposition out, and then X Factor deciding to go up. Which do you think is better?
Well, getting out wide is definitely beneficial, but as you see, both players are dropping that tried to fill out wide, so filling through these gaps is no joke.
Yeah, it looks like Meter Nino's going to take an early walk. I don't think I've seen Meter die early this entire tournament.
Yeah, he's usually alive, hanging back there, trying to close the game.
And a body coming off here for Dynasty. He's in the shadow right now. I think that's Arturo Andrade, yeah.
Yes. So both snake side wide guys died.
So this bunker where Archie and Billy are both at is one of the hardest gaps to get through. Archie's really edging his way through this. Make sure he's got 100%, and he does.
Yeah, nice little check off so he doesn't fully commit. Worked his way in intelligently, and now he's looking down the crossfield shot. But Ryan Greenspan, haven't really seen him drop early yet either at this tournament. So, well, we got the two Titans in this division undefeated, throwing down right now, and pretty even so far, but a one-body advantage right now for San Antonio X Factor. Billy's going to push into the snake, and Archie playing against his former team, so a little bit of a grudge match here as Archie's going to push into the 50-yard line here into the snake, and Billy trying to deal with that body, switches his gun over, so good communication here for X Factor as they told Billy that Archie's right in front of him.
Having to play very tight.
And TJ's going to take the walk next.
Yeah, here's the battle going down on your screen. Is TJ, did he take the walk, or is he feeling the
pressure?
He
is. TJ caught one in that back temple on the snake side.
So Archie, tactical retreat, going to reposition and go inside to try to set a trap for Billy Bernaccia. And here comes a big fill all the way coast to coast from Marcelo Margot to try to give Archie a little bit more help.
Here Marcelo communicating to his team. X Factor's not quite sure where Archie is in this snake structure over here.
Yeah, and then a move up on that D side, getting into D3 here for San Antonio X Factor. Archie puts his gun that way, and now he's going to move over into the wedge, so playing multiple positions, throwing different variables at X Factor as they're trying to figure out. Looks like X Factor's also trying to count the bodies right now. Yeah, Billy just asked Archie Billy just asked what is it.
Yeah.
So currently a 3-on-3. It's really hard for this field on this field to go past the 50-yard line and live. So really, if you're going to do it, you have to take a guy. And at this point, if you're only going to get one guy, well, then it takes it from a 3-on-3 to a 2-on-2. So it really has to be like a kind of a calculated risk to make a decision like that.
Chris Shear, new player on Dynasty, looks like he's in D2. So Archie's at the wedge. Marcelo just filtered out wide. Snake side, back corner bunker. And then Shear at D2. Those are the spots for Dynasty. X Factor with one more body out there. No, actually, it's 3-on-3. And X Factor with the slightly better field position at D3, and Billy outside wide here, still in Snake 1, completely focused inside with Colt Roberts at the Aztec in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Billy's zoned up on the Dorito side, not going to let Chris Shear take that next bite of the next Dorito. And then all the way on the opposite side of the field, I believe that's
Looks like Cody Bailey.
Cody?
Yeah, I think it's Cody Bailey.
Doing the same thing. They found Archie, and he's not going to let Archie kind of go back into that snake structure.
He's also looking over Billy for that highway move.
Right.
Yeah, so things have slowed down here as it's even on the count, and a couple different moves from Archie, throwing some different looks at X Factor. So I'm wondering, do they have the count correct? Do they know it's just 3 bodies? Probably do.
There's actually some pretty high-level paintball going on right now, and they found that Archie is where he is now. And the conversation between Billy and Cody was that Archie that moved back, and they said yes. And they said, well, that was Archie who was in the China, which I'm guessing is the code for kind of this 50 bricks, so that they confirmed that he was the guy that actually moved back. So it's not another body.
And now Billy moved up to the inside brick right now, still completely zoned up on that D side angle to keep Sheer honest over there. Sheer's just been chilling in D2 for pretty much the whole point right now, letting things develop.
I feel like Archie's looking for this move to kind of go to that big center brick and trade out with Billy, or at least catch Billy.
Sheer now does get across that gap and gets into D3.
Oh, Billy missed his shot on Archie right there. That was his chance.
Billy tried the jump shot and then establishes a lane on Chris Sheer. And Archie's going to do another little move backwards to get, and who looks like for a second, get a shot on either Bayless or Parrish. I'm trying to look at the pits right now and see which one.
I believe that's Cody Bayless.
I think it is too. He's in the shadow over here. Shadow's also starting to get long out there, boys.
Yes.
It's definitely part of high-level paintball, too. You can see which side your opponent's on if you get close enough or have enough height by whether the shadow gets long or short.
Chris Sheer makes a bump into the Dorito 3.
And here comes Billy Bernacci. He's going to commit and get onto Dynasty's side. And he missed his shot on Archie.
Oh.
Archie's spidey sense is tingling at that point.
He missed both guys.
And now Colt's going to move up as everyone's focused on Billy. Marcelo not feeling any pressure in that back. He's been popping the top quite a bit to keep visibility downfield. Trying to make sure that Colt doesn't try anything crazy.
I really think Marcelo saw the shadow go into that bunker. That's how he knew he was there.
So now Marcelo's wrapping around outside towards the sideline to try to get that angle. Did Bayless move up? No, he's still in D3. So the chess match continuing to evolve here. Billy's pretty much fully committed right now. He can't go past that notch of the snake.
Oh, Marcelo dies.
Ooh, that's a huge kill here on Marcelo. And then Archie's going to try to... There's not much that Archie could do in that situation.
Penalty.
Billy might have caught one. No, looks like he's good to go. They're trying to find that last body, and Sheer is in D3 still. They're looking into the sun right now. Colt's going to hop over the beam and try to cut the gap as Bayless is going to come up and trade out with Sheer. So first point, going to go to San Antonio X Factor.
Wow, some technical paintball being played there.
This all weekend long, man. It's been a lot of technical paintball. Very little Smash Mouth paintball, except for the game you guys played against Legion. That was the only Smash Mouth game we saw all weekend long.
These points, though, they can go from that kind of smash mouth car crash to a 3-on-3 so fast, just like what happened here. You know, bodies dropped from both teams pretty quickly, and then in a hard, long 3-on-3.
Yeah, a long point. Only 7:30 left to go.
So both of those
half
teams,
the time taken off.
Both of those teams, Dynasty and X Factor, are moving on already. These two teams are out, correct?
Yeah, the Saints, I believe, have only put up 1 or 2 points all weekend long.
Oh, gosh.
And Legion has also been struggling. So
we might see some Smash Mouth paintball then.
There we go. Yeah, playing for pride here and seeding overall, which is important. You know,
it is important.
When you look at a situation like this, you know, the Saints, we'll see with Legion. I mean, they still got a lot of stars on that team, but they've been struggling to get their line over for these events. And yeah, I mean, you don't want to have a situation where you don't win games or points out here, end up in that 20th spot, worried about relegation. The Saints had to do that last year. They ended up saving their spot, but that has to be part of the conversation right now.
Russian Legion leaves the body, going to the Dorito side can on the break. 4-on-5.
Yeah, again, both these teams sitting at 0-3 and a little one-body advantage right now for the Saints. Oh, that advantage immediately gets thrown away, though, as the player at the can loses the gunfight. Legion's going to crawl Alexander Burtnikoff into the wedge. He's going to look to that D side. He's been omnipresent. That's basically been the position he's playing more often than not here for Legion at this event.
Big field of the Dorito corner by the Saints.
Yeah, Legion also filling out to the Dorito side corner. So both teams with the body out there. Similar position in the middle, but a little bit better for the Saints as they have a body at that wedge. Oh, player for the Saints. I think that's Keys. Yeah, Keys trying to make a move out of that backhand, going into D1. Ends up getting pinched out or taken out. And here comes Legion. Legion with a double stack of moves here on the Snake side. Going to dive into Snake 1 to help out Malloy a little bit. Sergey's going to take position at the turret, the gunfighting turret that is that tower. And they also move up into D1. Running referee coming to check out one of the players for the Saints, and it looks like he's clean. But the advantage here going to Legion as they take the 50-yard line in the Snake. The wraparound, they get that inside couple kills here.
2 free kills. Just one player left here.
Yeah, that's interesting because, Callie, a phrase I have not said very much this weekend is, oh, look at that guy getting those free kills.
Yes.
Not a lot of free kills out here on this layout.
Well, I mean, he snuck into the Snake without anybody seeing him there, and they did not have anybody wide on the Snake side, so he's able to wrap all the way around on that. But yes, there are not a lot of free kills.
Maddie, one thing to touch on that you mentioned in the season rankings, I mean, it's never ideal to go to have a bad tournament and go low ranked, but when it's the first event of the season, the draw for the next event is based on the results of this tournament.
Yeah.
So, and the draw of the tournaments coming further down the season are based on your season ranking. So one bad tournament here could put you in the very bottom tier, which means that you had to kind of claw your way back, and also it means that you end up playing your hardest team as your last match of the day in the next tournament, which is not a situation you want to be in, especially when you're like, okay, we're already, 1-2, we have to win this match, and now we have the hardest match we have to play.
You're playing the #1 seed in the last match when you already could potentially be struggling a little bit. Yeah, it's just tough, man, but it's supposed to be tough. This is the best paintball players on planet Earth. It's not going to be easy, and that is just the way it's going to be. So Dynasty, X Factor switching sides. Dynasty going to be for the blue side. X Factor from the red side. Looks like Jesse Stevens is going to get a spin. Ooh, good off-the-break shots for San Diego Dynasty, taking out Jesse Stevens, who's got some wheels, trying to get out. And they try to also take some ground with Sheer, though. So both teams dropping a body. Sheer trying to get to D3 off the break. And Jesse Stevens outside wide here, Snake side. So 4-on-4. Dynasty a little bit quicker to adjust with Harrison moving up. And then now he's going to get into the wedge structure in the middle of the field. Gets in clean.
Blake's doing a great job of containing this outside Snake side bunker. Really not stop shooting his gun, just putting a lot of pressure on Cody Mikowski in the Snake side Aztec.
Urena going to move up a spot. He gets the insert bunker Snake side. So Dynasty being proactive out here in a 4-on-4 situation. Try to take some ground they need to. They're down a point. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. Tom Guest gets out of that back center.
Arturo gets shot going to the 50 Snake through the crack by Tom Guest, who just made that bump. That was a great shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Made it at the perfect time to get his gun up, to get a shot. It was actually Urena. Might have got it. No, looks like Blake was able to get through the lanes. Looks like Blake's going to make his move into the Snake to help out Harrison and spread the field out. But then Harrison wraps around. So a couple bad deaths here for Dynasty on Urena and then Harrison. And then that's going to be a penalty assessed on, looks like Blake Yarber. So he might have caught one in the transition from the tower into the insert bunker, because I don't think he was taking much heat unless he got shot once he got in there. But that was not a good point here for San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, the ref was actually already pulling that flag before he got to Blake, so he must have saw something that was pretty evident there.
So now Legion and the Saints coming back out. Yeah, Saints still, we got a lot of time left to go, but Saints is struggling to put points on the board here. How do you guys feel about your looks here so far, now that we're done with the prelims?
There's definitely things that we can clean up. I think we've proven that we have really good offense, especially off the break. It's just kind of tighten that up. This is definitely a field where your back guys, which traditionally don't get as much pressure, are getting a lot. Yeah. So it comes on us as back guys, me included, to tighten that up and survive.
Callie, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with what Ryan said. It's a fun field to play when you can get a little action going. Other than that, yeah, it's going to be a slow, grinding field. I think we've got a lot of good looks with the bracket that we had. Although, yeah, we did beat up on Russians. They were coming into our guns hard and giving us a lot of pressure and a lot of looks.
Jumping into point number 2 here with the Saints. And Legion, 13 minutes on the clock. Legion on the blue side.
Running
Saints
ref
on the red side. Never good to see the running referee coming off the break. Good to go, though. He's clean. Checking out the Saints player in the tower.
5-on-5.
Yeah, so again, no Smotroff here. No coach, no Jason Burns. for Legion is they've been talking about roster roulette all the time, but man, they've just been always struggling to get their core starting 5 to any tournament for essentially since the start of COVID. But in decent position right now. They have both wedges in the middle of the field. Saints are going to crawl up to try to present a threat in the middle.
One thing I will applaud Legion for this tournament is no matter what, they are running both of their lines, which when you're in a rebuild phase, it's really great to get those guys, real-time tournament experience. So they're not just, focused on the win here. They're also trying to build their team for the long run.
Yeah, it's crucial, right? I mean, it feels like it's the easy move to just, all right, who are our most experienced guys? We still got 4 of our, okay, you guys are going to play every single point, and hey, new guys you're never going to play, help fill pot. Like, that's not the way to build a team long term. It is seductive, though, as an option because, you want to be as competitive as possible out here, but you also do need to get guys reps. So now, speaking of one of their new bodies, diving into Snake 1 and making moves on the D side, so stacking up some offensive possibilities, but yeah, it's just what do players do from here? Yeah, that's always the question. So, like you guys said, trying to get past that 50-yard line is difficult. Body coming off for Legion, and might see another penalty, and we do.
Oh, no. You got a penalty.
Actually going to draw a minor on that one.
Oh.
Here comes a flag, just a little bit of a late flag.
Yeah, it was a penalty on Diego. And off of that.
Saints make it into the 50 snake. He's going to wrap around and maybe catch that guy in the middle, but he's looking right at him, expecting the gun, so.
Oh, he's going to get his guy.
Not expecting the gun.
Do the exact same move that Russians just did to them the last point.
Yeah, he gets past the 50-yard line, gets that kill inside, wrap around, trying to get another one here on D3. He's going to fully commit. No one's stopping him. No one in front of him. And the 2 bodies he's worried about, D2 takes out D2. He's going to run in, and with D3 still alive, did D3 whip his gun around and get that shot in on him? I don't think so. I think the Saints were able to put that point on the board to tie this game up at 1. Yeah, thumbs up from the ref. The point is good. Tie ball game.
That's what penalties do, to lose the whole side of the field.
Yeah, particularly, look, penalties always crush you, but when you're playing 14 points in a game, or, way more than we're playing out here, 1 point here or there, penalty here or there, not as big of a deal. If you're only going to play 6 or 7 points,
it's a huge deal.
And especially the way that if you get 2 bodies and did all the work to get some ground on this crucial snake side, and you get that penalty like Legion did, like you said, Callie, it destroys your chances. And then again, with not a lot of points played, it's just even more crucial.
Yeah, and I mean, it was on a fill into a bunker that wasn't even that necessary at the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just keep seeing some of these penalties out there with some of these guys trying to make their way. Just a little bit too much out there, extending a little bit extra, just not having that body knowledge, that presence.
Arturo got shot going to the 50 snake. Billy comes into the 50 wedge on the snake side on the break as well.
So yeah, Billy now ripping his gun inside. Got Alex Frazier right in front of him. Here, the battle going down on your screen. But a 1-body advantage for San Antonio X Factor.
Archie catches one over the top.
It's getting even better right now for X Factor. 3 on 5. Big high body situation. 5:38 to go. Dynasty not going to concede the point yet. Going to see what this 3 can do. Maybe somebody can sneak a shot in real quick.
X Factor does lose Cody Bayless off the Dorito side, so a 4-on-3 situation in favor of X Factor.
They've been doing a really good job, and by them I mean X Factor, they're doing a really good job of getting kills and then not giving the other team anything. Playing really disciplined paintball. They've had a few matches that are, pretty low scoring.
Frazier commits to try to come through. He gets the shot in on Billy.
Both.
Might get a little2-pack, but a major penalty going to be assessed here on Alex Frazier. Do they have 2 bodies left to pull? They do. So they're going to pull out Ryan Greenspan, and they're going to take out Marcelo Margot, who takes a big sigh of frustration as he takes the walk back to the pits. Got to be a little bit, just a little frustrated with how things are going right now for San Diego Dynasty. If you are in the pit, as X Factor starting to build up a decent lead with a little under 5 minutes to go. Legion and Saints tied at 1, coming out to play. We're in the pits right now with X Factor. Yeah, Billy Bernaccia talking to Colt Roberts and LJ Parrish. Cody Mikowski, a leader on Infamous and new season. He's on X Factor, had a hell of a point for him earlier on, winning a low body situation. and then winning a one-on-one. So
Oh, nice.
Cody came to play.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, you can see him trying to pump his boys up here. Colt also making his voice heard. So 10 seconds to go. Saints on your screen on the blue side. Legion going to be on the red side.
Legion going 3 snake way.
And they double up that back center and then immediately dig out simultaneously. And it does look like a big bite on the D side here for Legion. All the way to D4, and he makes it clean.
Wow. That's a really far run.
That's a really good coaching adjustment on Legion. You know, they just lost their guy going to that first can on the Dorito side, so they just run all the way past it and leave it empty. And then Krill's able to fill into it, and they were luckily able to also get Karslev in the mix.
Yeah, so that's going to put Latin Saints slightly on their heels here. No one's moved up. Everyone's just trying to shoot lanes downfield. Here comes Krill. He's going to join Karslev up there, and as he runs to the forward tower, Sergey at the wedge. Good crossfield spread now, waiting for the snake side to get going. They're holding 2 on that side back in the far back bunkers.
You can tell that the Saints are really trying to place a disciplined point here. Rolling their guns, talking, you know, looking into the lanes that they need to watch, not really forcing anything. And I think that's just them kind of getting that experience throughout the event.
Saints trying to dig out wide, snake side, and
Russian Legion looking for a fill into the snake.
Saints making it clean. Russians also making it clean into the snake, so now they got a real good crossfield spread with a lot of real estate. But as we keep talking about, what are you going to do with it? Because we have seen a lot of teams in the positions that the Saints are in right now end up pulling those points out. I mean, typically we say the defense doesn't work on paintball fields, and it doesn't work all the time on this one, but it has worked a decent amount. Enough to make it part of the conversation, that's for sure.
I mean, absolutely. Even given all the ground that Russians were able to take on the break, it's still a 5-on-5 situation. And it's not like the Saints are all stacked up in the back line. They're all across the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and they're going to be losing their first body. Insert bunker snake side, so down to 4 as they moved up on the D side, getting into D1.
I think that tall tower on the Dorito side snuck the shot in on the snake player on the Saints. So the Russian Legion are trying to take advantage of the pressure that they, or the ground that they were able to take on the break.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, as we're watching this, I'm noticing a conference going on with our commissioner. Oh, but it looks like Legion losing a body. That's a bad death out of Snake 1. But Colt Roberts, Ryan Greenspan, and the coaches for the team are kind of down in a little bit of an argument, trying to figure out, I'm trying to think, what are they arguing about from that last one? Something with Colt and Ryan. Or no, they're talking about the major with Alex is in there.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I couldn't really tell from here, but it looked like Alex might have been able to wrap around, shoot the player in the big wedge behind the 50, and then trade out with the snake guy. But without a replay, I'm not 100% positive.
Kirill Pridney going to get up into the center brick. Sergey also at the brick as well, too. They did lose this other body on the snake side. They still have 3 at or near the 50s. With the body in the back corner bunker here on the snake side of the field. And as we're down to 7 minutes and 27 seconds left to go with a tie ball game 1-1.
Saints looking not really to go anywhere. They're just kind of looking back and forth, flip-flopping, just shooting their guns.
Yeah, maybe hoping that one of Legion makes a mistake.
They're definitely in all the safe spots, that's for sure.
And here comes Legion, going to glide in with Malloy. He's going to get into that 50-yard line to help Sergey out.
It looks like Malloy was able to get there unseen as well.
Body dropping from the Saints from the D side. Who got that shot? Might have been...
Could have been the 50...
It was a heads-up exchange between the Doritos. Karslev was able to shoot the Dorito player for the Saints.
Here comes Sergey. Sergey's going to commit, and they're going to trade. Sergey's going to get... Oh, wow. Sergey just caught, I don't know, 15 bonus balls?
I don't know if I'd be teeing off on a man that side, but, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I could hold my own out here, but I don't know if you'd be want to pick fights with Sergey.
He's a big boy, that's for sure. Oh, Kirill runs to his death, too.
Instantly looks backwards as if there was some kind of breakdown in communication there.
Yeah, he looked backwards and just did he not know that? I mean, the shadows are getting long out here. It's a little bit of a glare, but not looking towards that side of the field. You can actually, you can utilize the shadows quite a bit. You're not looking into the sun. So he definitely looked like he probably got some bad communication, maybe from Malloy. It's who he was glaring at walking off the field.
Yeah, Kirill's body language was that he was running at the snake corner player for the Latin Saints, and almost like they were off a kill, and he had no idea that the snake temple was also alive.
Sergey comes down here, and he's talking to Andrew, our temporary commissioner, as Jason had to leave. And Sergey, I mean, he definitely has an argument. I mean, he did get pumped up. He's also talking more about the how he thought that guy should have got a penalty. So it looks like the commissioner is maybe going to go warn the Saints, or maybe not. He started walking that way. He's like, yeah, Sergey, I got you. Don't you worry about it. Turns around, sees Sergey turn around. He's like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, it seemed like Sergey wasn't even complaining about the extra paintballs that he took.
No.
More just the spin.
Yeah, that's it. At first, I thought it was going to be the bonus balls. And I'm like, okay, wait, it's Sergey. And then his body language, he was more concerned. He thought the player spun on him.
Malloy kind of has the ball here to split the seam, pick the guy that he wants to take. Does not have a lot of paint.
Under 5 minutes to go.
Oh, he got the shot on the Snake Aztec.
Well, it is Malloy, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh no. Oh.
Look at the Saints off to the races. I don't think.
Oh,
Malloy
my
finally
goodness.
got him, but I don't think he got him before. And Malloy's like, no. Malloy's got his finger up, but Legion was also off to the races at the same time. I was looking at the Saints player.
Oh man, I was looking at the Saints player as well.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the Saints player has a hit. I do not see a thumbs up from the ref. There is a thumbs up from for the Legion player going and hitting the buzzer.
So for people that are unaware of the buzzer system here, there's a buzzer at the end of each player's starting position, and whatever one hits it first, it'll automatically register as that was the first one. So it's not a discretion of we think this guy got here first, or we think that guy got here first. It automatically registers which one hit first. So it's just a matter of are the players clean when they hit those buzzers.
Yeah, but I did not see a thumbs up from the player that checked the Saints player. But now let's get a look here on the replay. So there goes Malloy. And he gets that kill. We're looking, this is the inside highway look, essentially on the Snake side of the field. And then there goes the Saints player. Let's look for any explosions. Nothing yet. He does get hit right here, but I think, Ryan, as you said, it looked like Legion beat him to the buzzer. Because I didn't, but he definitely checked him out.
I mean, I didn't see anything spray off of him on the run.
But this does have big implications because if he did hang that dirty, it will be a penalty, which will be assessed on the next one. So you could go from potentially lose the point starting down with bodies in one extreme of the scenarios to the other extreme is you won the point.
Yeah, that's how close it gets sometimes. It's tough, though, because you have to pretty much full send him as Evan Manners, so.
That just goes to show how many bunkers are on this Snake side. It's so hard to see the guy filling all the way across all that.
Well, jumping back into this one, split screen breakout here. X Factor from the red side, Dynasty from the blue side. Dynasty keeps 2 in the backfield. They have a pretty decent lead with the way this field's playing to attack with X Factor 3, Dynasty 0.
LJ making the Dorito 1 for X Factor. TJ filling over to the Dorito can.
Dynasty looking like they're going to be getting Harrison Fry, yeah, into the brick.
He's looking at that gap on LJ. Across the field in the Dorito. You have your arena wrapping around the tower behind Harrison. Looking at where he can maybe fill into the Snake side to support Fry. The ref is calling out Meter. Is that Meter? Yes.
It is Meter. So Meter, another early death, which is very uncharacteristic of Meter, especially the way he's playing this weekend.
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely a mean bounce shot that comes into that spot. So.
And TJ Danner, so 2 uncharacteristic early deaths from 2 high survivability guys with Meter Ninos coming off.
I wonder if Tom Guest will get this shot on Arena if he crawls around like he did before.
Well, Jesse Stevens is alive at the insert bunker Snake side. Tom Guest is at the Aztec as Harrison Fry gets past the 50-yard line here for Dynasty. They kind of need to get things going here with 3:30 left. Tom Guest comes hunting for Harrison. He's got to be careful. That might be a penalty here on Guest. No, it looks like it's going to be clean. Thought he might have caught one about a step before he got to Harrison, but Looks like it's bang, bang play.
That move by Tom does take out a big threat, but Mike Urena does have the opportunity to fill it if he wants to, and he does right now. So it's definitely a guy you want to get off the field, but unfortunately for X Factor, they had a guy ready to fill that position right away.
They're set in a really deep cross here, but it is a huge gap to get to Jesse.
Yeah, that's enough of a deep cross, far away shot, but that's a massive gap. So I agree with you, Callie. It's going to be a tough run for Urena.
It's going to take Blake filling into the snake side up here and getting into the X Factor side of the field. Oh, nice shot by Urena.
Or Urena could just come in and shoot Jesse from
or
that
split
inside
the
angle.
seam, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And then going to get that kill. So Urena going to hit the afterburners. And did he catch one, though?
I think Blake shot Mike Urena.
Little team kill?
He held up.
So
he had to have felt something.
Definitely time is of the essence here, but good on him to make sure that he was, in fact, clean, or they could have potentially thrown that point away.
So down to probably about 2:20 left. It says 2:16, but the clock kept running after it hit the buzzer. So I think it was probably about 2:20 left to go with a 2-point spread. Doable, but difficult out here on a layout like this.
Definitely very difficult. So I'm sure that was a conversation that X Factor is having on the field during that, is that, hey, we don't necessarily have to burn the full 3 or 4 minutes here. If we could burn 2.5 minutes and make them have to start really run, then that's also a win in their books.
Yeah. And again, what's up?
Can I give a shout out here?
Of course.
I'd love to give a shout out to my wife, Kylie, Kaden, and crew watching back home. Thank you for supporting me and letting me play paintball.
Hey, man, the support system at home is incredibly important.
Very important.
Yeah, big shout out to all the wives that let us do this. We very much appreciate you. And, yeah, your family's awesome, man. So,
wives and girlfriends. If I don't say something, I might be getting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you might get in trouble now,
right?
Ryan. So, this is the appropriate moment for that.
So, shout out to my beautiful girlfriend at home also watching. Thanks, Callie, for putting me in that position.
Oh, my bad.
Callie, didn't you say that your 11-year-old's starting to think about playing?
He definitely wants to start playing.
Body coming off right now as Legion going to lose Grill Perini off the break, actually trying to get to that cancel. Great off the break shots right now for the Saints. Legion with the 1-point lead, 4:30 to go.
Crawling into the 50 snake here.
And again, this is important, man. These teams desperately need to win. Neither team with a win on the board here at this event, and you do not want to be down far in the ranks and have to worry about that relegation as the season progresses. And like Ryan said, the farther down you are, the harder your last game is going to get when you head to the next tournament.
Yeah, definitely, because say you take, last place or close to last place here at this tournament, and even though you're not a historically bottom team, one tournament puts you in last place as the next draw going into the next event. So as the season shakes out, usually the top teams, kind of rise to the top, and then the lower teams fall down the ranks. But this first event, everything's based off of one tournament.
Running referee coming out and pulling out one of the, I think that's Harris actually. Yeah, so Harris Hussein taking the walk from D2. No penalty assessed though. But now it's 2 bodies that have dropped for Red Legion. See battle.
Saints going to this kind of slower, methodical paintball breakout again, and it seems to be working for them right now.
They got a little bit of work to do. Still down by 1 with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. Yes, they've got a couple kills, but need to start turning the offensive wheels here shortly. As looks like Legion gonna get a body out to the tower. Nice little fill out there. Had to dive in horizontal to make it, but makes it clean. Latin Saints here on your screen at that crucial wedge.
Russian Legion are still in the 50 snake right here in this big brick.
Yeah, he's been posted, Callie. It's on the screen right now. He's been posted down watching this angle for probably a minute and a half.
Might be able to wrap around and catch that player right in front of him. I don't think he has any idea he's there.
It's I think it's one of the new players here on Legion, and he may have got some miscommunication. He may think that there's somebody in there with him outside. There is somebody with him now, but it's not outside. It's inside. It's right in front of him. See if the battle going to go down here as he's going to make the run through. Darby makes the run through clean, gets that kill.
And learning his lesson from before, playing very tight in there.
He's about to get run down from the inside highway route. Nice clean run here from Saints. And he's going to get some help. Another Saints player moving in behind that, or off of that move that just went down as we hit the 2-minute mark. Is Legion going to get out wide here, snake side?
Yes.
this one could get interesting here because the
Yeah.
Saints have this double stack of players attacking on the Snake side with some time to work with. And he's just going to fully commit. He runs right into the gun. That's not the move right there. Look, I know you need to make the move, and we're running out of time here. But
That's
still, you're not down 2, you're down 1.
And you got to realize that there's shadows, 12 feet long. Could probably just see you running without even being exposed in the corner.
But that all just goes to real-time tournament experience that fortunately both of these teams are getting. You might not be a fun tournament losing all your matches, but the difference between this division and other divisions is just the windows of opportunity are so much smaller. So nobody out here is a bad paintball player. They wouldn't be on this field if they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
But having to adjust that timing is one of the hardest things to learn in pro.
Yeah, that's the big difference for sure. People ask me that all the time, but that's the truth. So a minute left to go. Saints stacking up here near at the 50-yard line, and they're going to get that quick kill and then going to launch. He knew exactly his manners again. Knew exactly where that second body was.
Double bunkered.
Yeah, to put the. So we got ourselves a game here. It's going to be tied up with 41 seconds left.
Plenty of time to run a point.
It looks like they're having a discussion if they just want to take this straight into overtime.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
What would you do?
Depends on how many guys you're playing. If you're playing 5 guys, 6 guys, maybe it's a nice little rest. Just take it right into overtime. Don't have to do that crazy 20-second, 30-second point. But if you have the bodies, I would have hit that and tried to score that 30, 40-second point.
Yeah, it's also field contingent. Like, this is not a great field to try to score a 30-second point.
Definitely not.
The Russians got pretty close taking a quick one on us. But yeah, you can really just suck into those back spots and just shoot the wide gaps.
Yeah, they try to do some kind of sneaky sabotage, get behind the lines, walk down the sideline.
Oh, yeah. What was up
that?
with that?
So it was, I was actually over here on the snake side shooting cross. We had a real defensive play set up. The player slid out to the Dorito side, immediately stood up like he was eliminated.
It was Diego.
Fortunately, one of the things I was taught growing up in the Texas system is just to shoot everybody. So
amen to that, brother.
I went ahead and put some paint on him, and he walked all the way down behind us, hit our buzzer. I guess it's some kind of a coordinated dead man walk. But fortunately, he had a hit on his back. So that makes it from a point they win to a major penalty, swing point in our favor. So if you're at home, kids, shoot everybody.
I said the same thing. I also, so it was Diego. I said, Diego, you just caught yourself about 4,000 extra bonus balls for however long you play.
Pretty much,
because anyone that knows it's you, and you're going to try to get crafty and do a dead man's walk, yeah, you're going to be catching extra from everyone forever. At least that's definitely how we used to do it back in the day, for sure.
Yeah,
like, once you're known as that guy, because we haven't seen an attempted dead man's walk on the pro field in a long time.
Right, and then it almost becomes a joke of
move.
why did you shoot me so many times? Like, well, I just want to make sure you weren't dead man's walking.
Yeah.
TJ dying out of the Dorito side can on the break. Arturo getting shot on the break for Dynasty.
2 minutes left to go here. 2-point spread.
Oh, penalty here on X Factor on Billy Bernaccia.
Yeah, it's going to pull out Cody. And that's going to open things up for Archie. Archie pops the top. He looks at those bodies come off and starts his attack. Knows exactly where the body is on the D side. He's going to get some help from Ryan. As looks like Marcelo going to be taking the walk from the D side here for Dynasty. Archie Montemayor here on your screen. And did he get a shot in on that Dorito? Oh, he got stitched. He didn't know that player was in the back center.
Caught by Colt. Another player dying on the Dorito side for Dynasty.
Opportunities dwindling here for Dynasty.
This just goes to show how hard it is to push into guns on this field.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if this might be it. I mean, this game has essentially been decided as the spread's going to be 4-1 with a minute left. Dynasty might just run the time off. They're in already.
Yeah.
X Factor's done the work. X Factor also might just let it roll off, too. They don't need another point. They're going to be undefeated with a real big point spread. I mean, they don't even need this point, to be honest. So they're being extra careful. They're definitely not doing it on purpose yet. Is there one body? Did we miss? Is there a Dynasty body left?
I don't believe
Back corner
so.
bunker, maybe? D side? I'm blocked out from that spot.
I do not see it.
No. Yeah, we're looking at our eye in the sky here on your screen. Yeah.
So you actually have
the coast is clear.
You actually have LJ calling out what bodies by name are walking off the field, and that's some pretty intelligent paintball right there, because you get to know the other big names in the league and where exactly they're playing. You know, when you're doing your homework and you're doing your scouting, you go, hey, if we killed Ryan Greenspan, he plays in this area.
Yeah.
So we might not have actually seen when he died, but we know it was a kill out of this position.
And it's also crucial because a guy like Ryan or a lot of the top level players, especially on a layout like this, seeing guys getting crafty playing multiple different positions. So, you know, if you do know that a certain body has walked off and he's playing in that certain area, then you don't have to worry about that guy anymore.
Yeah, and then you have a line like, you know, Russian Legion, where they're running a lot of the same guys. And you can easily pick out Sergey or Malloy. And again, those are all really important little bits of information to get to your teammates to figure out exactly where there might be a hole.
Yeah, absolutely. Know thy enemy, as we always say. So congratulations to X Factor, taking a win here, a pretty decent win over San Diego Dynasty. Yeah, no chinks in X Factor's armor. I mean, they went kind of through
solid,
everyone real easily.
Yeah, and again, like the style of play they're rolling with is very disciplined. It's very hard to find the chink in the armor, as you said. They're shooting guys. Their guns on the break are great, and then just not giving you anything.
Yeah, the only asterisk, as we always say in situations like this, is if you don't face adversity in the prelims, all your meetings are really nice.
Yeah.
You're forced to kind of create, well, if this had happened, or let's look at this other situation, because a lot of times it's the teams that have to go through the battles that learn all those hard lessons.
I don't know if they've had to play down points yet.
I don't think they have. I mean, X Factor beat you guys by 2, close game. Then they beat Legion by 2. And, yeah, it's just been, they didn't beat up on the Saints, but they didn't let them score a point. Pretty much beat up on the Saints. Jumping back into this one here, we are in overtime. Who's it going to be? Legion?
Dorito 4 for
Saints.
Russian Legion, and they blew that whole side open, so he will be charging down that side. The tower on the snake side has no idea.
2 bodies coming off, 3 bodies now. It is not looking good here for the Saints.
And
So. Well, it was a hard-fought battle against Legion. This was the best look we've seen out of the Saints. But it does look like the boys from Legion are going to put a point up on the board to put the win, or sorry, to put a win on the board.
so that was the overtime point?
Yes. So that is going to do it. So the prelims are over with. Make sure you check out Arc Anodizing, Ryan Hall.
Yeah, absolutely. Check us out. All your custom paintball gun needs. Arc Anodizing on Instagram and Facebook.
And then Pro DNA, Callie.
Yes, come over to the booth. We have all kinds of gear that you should check out. Waterproof backpacks, perfect for paintball. Protective padding. We are doing paint this year as well, and I think our paint is probably the best at the event. It's shooting great. The fill is super bright and shoots really straight, and that's all you really need.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck tomorrow, boys. We're about to do the draw here, so we're going to take a break to reset and then find out who's going to play who on the most important day here of the first event, 2023 NXL Sunshine State Major. We'll be right back.